and 2008, the banking system nearly collapsed. We bailed out the banks, then we bankrupted some folks. And then we printed insane amounts of money to benefit the rich, so they could buy bigger yachts. Eventually, it is possible that some of their wealth maybe will trickle down.
The financial system has failed us. We are suffering massive inflation now. I'm working my ass off for money that these dudes simply print out of nothing. There has got to be a better way. Should we use money backed by gold and silver like in the old days? Or perhaps are cryptocurrencies a solution?
Cryptocurrencies are worthless. They are backed by nothing. Get gold and silver instead.
No. Gold and silver are just boomer rocks. It's a relic of the past. Cryptocurrencies are the future.
Precious metals and crypto are both viable alternatives to the banking system we all hate. So why not have both? We can use them all on the same platform. Gold bugs and crypto bros are often fighting, but they need to understand one thing: precious metals and crypto are friends. They are aiming at the same goal. Crypto, gold and silver can all be used as sound money outside the banking system. And this can be done on the same platform.
I understand fiat money and crypto, but how is it even possible to use gold to buy something on Amazon or eBay?
Let me explain. Remember that when in Venezuela inflation became so high that in some areas, people started to use tiny flakes of gold as money? Now that is not very convenient, is it? But what if we store our gold and silver in a globally distributed network of fully audited and insured vaults, and use blockchain technology to register our direct and legal ownership? Now we can use it as practical money by transferring that ownership to somebody else. We can use even tiny fractions of 1 gram to pay for a beer, your groceries, or an eBay purchase.
Wait a minute. Where is the physical gold and silver located? You know, when you don't hold it, you don't own it.
I get that. I'm a gold and silver stacker myself. I love the sound of my silver coins. Some of them I will keep forever. But I also want to use some of my gold and silver as real money. And that's where Kinesis comes in. To summarize, Kinesis KAU and KAG are a one-to-one digital representation of fully allocated physical gold and silver bullion, stored within fully insured, world-class vaulting facilities. And they are spendable as money.
Wait a minute, young man. Can I then trade my KAU and KAG in for the gold and silver that is backing it?
Of course you can. You are the owner of the gold and silver in the vault. The tokens are the proof of that ownership. Therefore, you can always redeem your metal if you want to. When you redeem, the tokens simply disappear.
Okay, can we go back to crypto for a second? You said I can use my crypto on the same platform.
That's right. The platform allows you to trade a range of crypto, and also supports a range of fiat currencies. Both are going to expand massively in the future. You can also move crypto in and use it to buy gold. Or use silver to buy crypto.
But how can I use these as real money to buy my groceries?
There are multiple ways to do that. The first one is to use the Kinesis debit card.
Can I use that for both crypto and metals?
Of course you can. You can even spend multiple currencies for the same transaction. You set the priority which balances are spent first. I have made a video showing a multi-currency payment in real time.
Wow.
But, while a debit card is nice, what excites me the most is peer-to-peer transactions using gold and silver. This way we completely bypass the banking system and card companies.
But how can people receive KAU and KAG when they don't have an account?
You can simply send the KAU or KAG to their email address. When they receive it, they can press a button in that email that prompts them to sign up, after which they can access the funds. At the moment, it even makes both the sender and receiver eligible for a 1/2 KAG sign-up bonus.
So now I own 1 gram of gold in the vault. Do I need to pay for storage?
Kinesis doesn't charge storage fees. In fact, Kinesis even pays you a small yield. They share part of their revenues with users. It's a bit like a credit union, but without the credit. It's a utility-based yield.
That sounds too good to be true.
Think about it like this. Card companies like Visa and MasterCard make billions of dollars in profit. You will see none of that. But Kinesis shares more than half of its revenues with its users.
Wow. Finally, an honest monetary system with sound money that doesn't dilute people's hard-earned savings, and actually shares the benefits with its users. A platform where I can use precious metals and crypto as real money. The more people start using it, the better it will work. I'm going to tell all my friends. Together we will beat the banks and make the world a better place.